After the Fall is currently available for purchase this month at Kohl's for $5. This has been a We Love You, Penny and Clyde production.
So we're going to read After the Fall, how Humpty Dumpty got back up again. Because we always think about him falling, but we don't know what happened. This book tells us what happened after he fell. Okay. So he says, my name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I love being close to the birds. Then one day I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the King's men managed to put me back together in Kings County Hospital. And there he is in the hospital and says, so there were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things, like all the sugary cereals on the top shelf. He could only eat the granola and the cardboard and the twigs and berries at the bottom shelf. He didn't want to go up there and get it. I walked past the wall every day and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents could happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought, so he started to make paper airplanes. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day I kept trying and trying. See, he's always guys like his pieces of paper that didn't work out until he got it just right. He made an airplane that looked just like a bird, paper airplane. So my plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. Uh-oh. That's his wall, and the plane is going up there.
Flew over.
It's stuck up on top of the wall. Says, I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall, but the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. It's going up to get that plane, though. I didn't look up, I didn't look down, I just kept climbing one step at a time until I was no longer afraid. Yay, you made it up there with all the other birds.
No, hi Tonks.
Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Uh-oh, his shell is cracking, check it out. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. And his shell broke up and there's a bird in there. And learned how to fly. And there he goes. See, his eggshells and his pants and shirt are falling away. And he's now a bird and he's flying away. Pretty cool. That's fine.
Very nice.
You don't
That's
really
after
think
the
about
fall.
him being
You don't. An egg.
Ow! Tonks was a
Because he always was an egg.
He was.
Okay, should we say bye?
Bye.
How about you, Tonka Donk?